Hello, this is Chris from the Cinema Savvy Movie Podcast, and I'm back with another trailer reaction video today. There always seems to be a time where a bunch of trailers just come out at once. Yesterday it was the brand new Finding Dory trailer. Today it's the brand new Ghostbusters official trailer. This is for the all-female reboot that's coming out later this year. And immediately what I'm struck with, and this is on the Sony Pictures Entertainment YouTube page where I'm watching this trailer, is the amount of dislikes this video has already. It's quite astounding, actually. It's more than the likes. So that's not filling me with much confidence as it is right now, and I already didn't have much confidence with this film anyway. What can I say about Ghostbusters then? I grew up with it, Ghostbusters 1 and 2, and I know a lot of people don't like Ghostbusters 2. Personally, I love it. The first one is clearly the better movie, but I still do enjoy 2, and there's a lot of moments in that film I still do really like. And it was the first movie as well that introduced me to Bill Murray, and Bill Murray's since become one of my favourite actors, comedically and his serious stuff as well. I love his acting career. And it introduced me to all the other guys as well. Dan Aykroyd, Harold Ramis, Ernie Hudson, just the lot of them sort of came from that movie. And then growing up in the 90s, there was the animated series, which I think was called The Real Ghostbusters, and I remember having some of the toys and the car and everything. So I did love me some Ghostbusters. I didn't get scared at it or anything like that. I thought it was brilliant. And then news started coming out that they wanted to do a Ghostbusters 3 with the original cast back. This was back when Harold Ramis was still alive. Bill Murray didn't want to do it. Dan Aykroyd was sort of the guy pushing for a Ghostbusters 3. Development hell, plans fell through. They said they weren't going to do it. They said they were going to do it. And then it's sort of the news came out where they were going to do a reboot of the series where it was just going to be an all-female cast. It was going to be an entirely brand new thing, not following on from the previous films. It's just going to be its own thing. Now there's rumours as well that the original cast are coming back in cameos, so it is carrying on. I really don't know what's going on with this movie, but I do know that they should just leave well enough alone. I mean, I've seen it happen to so many of my favourite series where it'll get remade or they'll do a sequel so many years after, and it never works. It never works as well as the original did. And I know the biggest argument is, well, the original Ghostbusters was an all-male cast. Why can't it be an all-female cast this time? And I guess that's fair, but to me personally, and I don't want loads of people bitching at me, it does feel a tad gimmicky, just like they're doing it for the sake of doing it, rather than it feeling like a natural choice to do it. I don't know, that's just me anyway. I'm rambling enough. Let's watch this trailer. The amount of dislikes is just getting to me right now, so bring it on. But I know that Ghostbusters is probably going to get ruined, but I'm going to click play now. I do like this piano tune, though, on the Ghostbusters theme. The Ghostbusters have to come back.
It's a class 4 apparition. It's okay, she seems peaceful. My name is Erin Gilbert, Doctor of Particle Physics.
Oh, it's going to scream.
That stuff went everywhere, by the way, in every crack. Very hard to wash off.
We've dedicated our whole lives to studying the paranormal. Now there's sightings all over the city. There are people out there that need our help. Holtzman, you're a brilliant engineer. Aaron, no one's better at quantum physics than you. We can provide a real service.
I'm joining the club. You guys are really smart about this science stuff, but I know New York. And I can borrow a car from my uncle.
You didn't disclose that the vehicle was going to be a hearse.
It's a Cadillac!
Oh, looks cool.
Let's go.
Let's go.
Oh, did you want to?
Sorry, I'll let you.
Next time. Okay. Someone is creating a device that amplifies paranormal activity. And we might be the only ones who can stop it. Holtzman, come on.
The hat is too much, right? Is it the wig or the hat?
Oh, look at that product placement.
pictured hand here. These ghosts can possess the human form.
Oh, hell no, the devil is a liar! Get out of my friend, Ghost!
Ow, that's gonna leave a mark.
The power of pain compels you!
Ow!
Okay, I knew it was going to be bad. I wasn't quite prepared for how bad that was going to be. Oh boy, I hope to God this movie flops. What was fantastic about the original Ghostbusters is it was naturally funny. All these characters worked well off each other. The writing was fantastic. I believe Harold Ramis and Dan Aykroyd wrote the script, and just the guys themselves all together just had a natural chemistry with each other that was hilarious to watch and watch them play off each other. Bill Murray was always my favourite, and he was the wisecracking, sarcastic one, really looked like he didn't want to be there. This just looks terrible. They're sort of rehashing the ghost in the library at the beginning. That's immediately what I thought of, where it's like the first one they've ever seen, and it's above them, and it's even like just freezing there before it screams. There's just nothing to this. It looks cheap, it looks unfunny, and that's the biggest thing, it's unfunny. The original Ghostbusters is a fantastic comedy, as well as being having horror elements and the sci-fi stuff as well. It was just a solid movie. This just looks trash, and I know that Dan Aykroyd was in discussions that he wanted this to be the first in a Ghostbusters cinematic universe. I know he's mentioned that before. That was sort of at the time when everyone was jumping on the Marvel Cinematic Universe bandwagon. They wanted to do a horror universe with all of the classic Universal characters. They wanted to do a Ghostbusters one, Men in Black one mixed with 21 Jump Street, just everything like that. This movie just feels desperate. And what's amazing to me is that you see the level of remakes that come out nowadays. I think they've slowed down a tad, but they're still prominent. And most, if not all of them, tend to be movies from the 80s, which just goes to show me I'm a huge 80s fan. I don't know if I've said that before on the recording, but 80s is my favourite decade of all time. Music, film, fashion, everything like that. The level of originality that came out in the 80s for, building franchises or films in general, absolute classics even still to this day that everyone talks about, and they keep getting remade now, and it just goes to show me that everyone knows there's no original ideas now in Hollywood. There's very few. Everything's either a sequel, an adaptation, or whatever it is, or a direct remake. And I hate this generation where these are the only movies we're getting. And it's the same with Ghostbusters. They should just leave well enough alone. 1 and 2 are solid enough movies in their own right. It doesn't need a sequel with the old cast. It doesn't need a remake or a reboot with a new cast like this. They just need to leave it. Let it be a product of its time. Let it be appreciated. We don't need it updated with fancy special effects and digital film and all this. Let it be that. And it's sad to see what's going to happen to Ghostbusters, because I'm looking at my shelf now and I'm just sort of ticking off all the franchises that are getting slowly ruined by whatever comes out, a prequel, a sequel, a remake, a reboot, a whatever. So I'm not surprised it looks this bad, because I've always had a negative thought on what the movie's going to be. I know a lot of people have been very vocal about not looking forward to this movie and not wanting it to happen. The director's spoken out and said, have faith in us, it's going to be good. And hopefully, I doubt it from what we've seen if these are the best jokes they've got in it, but maybe once you see it on the screen, it'll all come together a bit more. But just from what I'm seeing here, it looks absolute trash. And if I could, I would avoid this movie, so I can always treasure the memory of Ghostbusters 1 and 2 without having to see this one to tarnish it. But we will be doing a review on this one, and I'm sure I'll have a lot of strong thoughts then when we get to do the review. But these are just my immediate opinions on the trailer, and it looks like I share them with quite a lot of people going by the dislikes. But that'll do it for my reaction video, so be sure to subscribe and drop us a comment as well. Maybe you really like the trailer, maybe you also hate it, whatever, get a comment in below and we'll discuss it and we'll debate it in the comments. We've got a lot more reviews coming up on the channel, so do hit that subscribe button. We've got Batman v Superman this month, as well as Cloverfield, Kung Fu Panda, Hail Caesar. There's a whole bunch of stuff this month. So do stay tuned, and I will see you guys in the next video. So until then, thanks for watching.